Right, this is a fun day because we get to start constructions, and constructions are just going to be fun. All right, in order to do construction, you're going to need a compass and a straight edge. And so we're going to construct a segment congruent to a given segment. Now I've got directions. I'm going to do my construction here. So the first thing you're going to do is take your straight edge and make a long line. Your ruler, all right, needs to be longer than AB. And I'm going to label this point, beginning point, I'm going to label it A prime. Because that A is different than that A, and that's what the prime means. All right, now to measure the segment, you're going to take the compass point of your ruler, and you're going to put it on this part of the segment. And then we're going to open our compass until the compass point is on this part, on the end point B. And then without changing the width of this compass, we're going to come down and put our compass point on A prime. And after we put this on A prime, let's see if I can move this. All right, here we go. A prime. Nope. All right. Now you're going to take your compass and you're going to mark an arc. So because the compass opening did not change, what that means is that the segment from A to B is going to be the same as this segment A prime to B prime. So that is how you construct a segment using compass and straight edge. All right, so now let's look at how we're going to add two segments. So what I'm going to do is we start again with a very long segment with your ruler. There we go. All right, so now we need to grab ourselves our compasses. So here's my compass. All right, and I'm going to have to, since I'm going to move it this way, since I'm going to be off the page. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to segments AB, put my compass point on A. Oh my goodness, I have to move this over. All right, so I'm going to try this again. Put my segment point on A. Then I'm going to stretch it out, oops, so my end point's on B. Without changing the opening of my compass, I'm going to come down to the end point of my segment, and I'm going to make an arc. So what I have just done is I have, this would be similar to my A prime, but I'm going to get in trouble because my B and my C. So I'm going to mark this. This is AB length. All right, now to this I have to add. So I'm going to put my compass point on C, endpoint C, and I'm going to put my pencil point hopefully on D. Let's see if I'm there. Not quite. All right. So now I'm going to take my compass point, put it on the arc that I just made. Now, if I want to add to the segment, then I want to make an arc here. If I want to subtract from the segment, then I would want to do my arc over there, take it away from AB. But because I want to add this, then I'm going to put an arc here. So now what I've just done is this is CD. So I want you to highlight your answer. The segment we're looking for in highlighted, that is going to be the highlighted segment. It is this segment that is from here all the way over to here, AB plus CD. All right, so we're going to do something similar, but this time we're going to do subtraction, and I kind of alluded to that. So I'm going to get my nice big segment out here. I'm going to come back up here. I'm going to put my pencil point on my compass on A. I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to get my pencil point on B. There's my pencil point on B. Without changing the opening, I come down here. I put my compass point on the end point. This would be end point A, and now I'm going to draw arc. So what I've just found is this happens to be length AB. All right, so now I'm going to take my compass, and I'm going to come back up to CD, put my compass point on C. I'm going to make this smaller. And so now I'm going to put my compass point on the end here, and I think what I'm going to do, because I'm not going to be able to find it, is I'm going to put my compass point on the, where I finished off on this point of intersection, and to subtract, I need to remove from AB. This side is adding, this side is removing. So this right here happens to be length CD. Well, I want to remove it. In other words, I don't want this length. So what is my answer? My answer starts at A and stops there. That is the segment AB minus CD, because I removed the CD. All right, so let's double an angle, or double a segment. So I've got my segment. I'm going to try to find my compass here. And it didn't get there. All right. Oh, what did I just do? All right. Hopefully I have not lost my notes. All right. So here we go. So I want to do, what do I want to do? Double AB. So I am going to hang my compass this way. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to put my compass point on A. I'm going to stretch it out until my compass point is on B without changing the opening. This is 1AB. I move without changing the opening, put my compass point on the point of intersection, and I've just made another AB. So we know that the distance from here to here is AB. We know the distance from here to here is AB. So if I were to highlight my answer starts here and stops there. That is 2 ABs. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do 2 ABs, but we're going to subtract a CD. So here's my beginning. I'm going to now come over here, grab my compass, and see if this is still AB. And let's see. All right, so there is my compass AB. So I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to do my first arc. There's 1 AB. Put it on the point of intersection. There's my second AB. All right, so now I'm going to find CD here, and see if I'm on D. All right, so that is CD. Now I want to remove. So that means I put my compass point here, and if I were to do an arc right now, I would be adding to it. So what I've got to do is I've got to put my arc on the inside. So there, we're back on. So now I should be able to do this. So what I've got here is this is CD, and we want to remove CD. So my answer highlight starts here and stops there. All right, so now what you are going to do is you are going to construct a segment that's 3 CDs plus AB. So you might have to kind of guesstimate these on your paper so that you can use those. I don't encourage you to put your compass on your computer screen. No. Draw an AB and a CB approximately the same length. All right, so here is, and I do not know what this is. So this, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to click here, and this is a YouTube video that tells us how to fold midpoint using patty paper. And it looks like it's 51 seconds.
On the other hand, I want to fold the perpendicular bisector piece all the way through.
All right, so that is how you patty paper fold one. And so now, if that didn't work, if there was a big blank spot on the notes, then ask me tomorrow and I will. Actually, I was going to. Do I still have that up? All right, let me, just in the event this didn't work, I'm going to come back to the notes, and there is the website. If you had a blank screen, this is the website that you can see how to construct a patty paper midpoint. All right, so now what we want to do is we want to construct a midpoint using compass and straight edge. So here are the directions, and you can read those, print those, whatever you want to do. I'm going to show you. So here is my segment. So when you construct the midpoint of a segment, you are going to grab your compass. All right. All right, that's not what I want, but maybe I will have my, still didn't go in there. All right, compass, come on, get out here. This is making it harder than it should be. All right, I am at a loss as to why this is not working. Sorry for this delay. Oh. Look at all the compasses I made. It was very effective. All right. So as you can tell, I'm learning how to use my compass tool. So here we go. When you are going to do a midpoint, you're going to put your compass point on one endpoint. Let me extend this. Oh, no. You're going to put your compass point on one endpoint, and you've got to open this beyond. The opening has to be beyond the midpoint of the segment. And when you get there, you're going to make this great big arc. Okay? Then you're going to take this compass and you're going to put the compass point on the other end point. Notice I did not change the opening. And you're going to do another big arc. The arc should intersect twice. And so now what we're going to do is you're going to take your straight edge, you're going to line it up with these 2 points, and you are going to draw a segment. Now, technically you don't need the whole segment. All we really needed was for you to mark that part where this segment would have crossed right there. That is the midpoint M. Mark your diagram showing me that these are 2 congruent segments. All right, I want to show you what happens if you don't open your compass to over halfway. So if I'm here and I choose not to open my compass beyond halfway, this is what is going to happen. I'll make an arc here. I'll come over here and put my pencil point there, and I'm going to make an arc, and they're supposed to intersect, but they can't. So that's why you've got to open the compass beyond halfway. And so this is your turn. You're going to draw segment CD on your notes, label it, draw it, construct the midpoint, you'll label it Z, make sure you mark your diagram accordingly. And this is the end of these notes. Let me double check. I do believe, yes it is.